Hi folks, you're with Tacitus today, your pushback channel, and thank you for joining this live stream. In this essay, I'd like to talk about the sort of service that I think we're all getting in the Western world now from the bigger multinational firms and, their customer service and their technical support and that sort of thing. It's hard to believe they could sort of get any worse than they are, but this is a recent sort of experience that I had. It's to do with a piece of technology equipment. So call the technical support line, and which took a bit of finding as it was, but call the technical support. You get put straight through to an Indian call center. Now, either there aren't the people that speak sort of well enunciated English there, or they're too expensive, or these people are cheap. And that, just to give you an idea, this idea that everyone in India speaks English isn't right. There's probably, I don't know, 50 odd million people that speak English, and some of them speak it so bad as to basically not speak it at all. But so there's not a vast number of, not everyone speaks English. And there's a few at the elite. There's a few million that speak, pretty good English, as good as pretty much you'd find anywhere. But outside of that, it goes downhill pretty quickly. And it's the people that speak English the least competently seem to work in the call centres. Now you often I'm pretty used to different accents. I've done a lot of business travel, so I had to kind of adjust to a lot of different accents and situations and ways of speaking and ways of expressing, that sort of thing. So I was okay with that. But you're really struggling to get through. Now you realise you're talking to people who actually have no idea what they're doing. They've simply got a checklist in front of them. So if the customer says, X, you do, A and B and that sort of thing. So they don't even know what they're doing or understand what it is, the problem or challenge or whatever they're dealing with. They're just going through the checklist, and they're almost robotic in how they do it. So, and they don't know when to sort of say the pleases and the thank yous and when to say what they're doing. They don't comprehend how it all fits together. And so you have to go with that. It's not their fault necessarily. They're low IQ, and they have someone's crafted a checklist, and they've just got to go by that. That's the policy. If they don't do it, they'll get in trouble and so on. So I understand all that. Now, after I don't know, between an hour and a half and 2 hours sort of on the phone and just general fucking about, it was sort of decided that the equipment just wasn't functioning anymore and needed to be replaced. And okay, fine, I guess we were reasonably confident of that, but that's okay. Now the options are as follows. You can get a replacement posted out to you, but that's going to be between 4 and 5 days before you get it. Now it's something that's needed every day and for a decent part of the day, so kind of can't really wait 5 days. There isn't a quicker way to do it, such as you pay an extra fee or something, you get it quicker. That's just the time. That's just how it is. Now I don't know why that would be so, given that the product was maybe I don't know, 60, 70 kilometres away, 35, 40 miles away. But you can't go and pick it up. And then, so all right, then, well, we then get directed to go to a branch where they'll have one in stock. So if you go there, and then it'll just be a changeover. So anyway, front up there, and they say, no, we haven't got any stock. Who told you that? So, and that was like 35, 40-minute drive to get there. So that's kind of annoying. You get there and they haven't got it. Now, there were 3 staff there, 2 of whom barely spoke any English, and a third one that spoke English, but maybe at best an IQ of 90 at best. So that was kind of tough to work through that. And so that sort of staff member at the branch says, well, go and you have to go somewhere else. You've got the option of going 80, 90 kilometres that way, or another 40 kilometres the other way. So the 40 kilometre one was the better option. So I said, okay, well, how do I know for sure that there's an item in stock there to do the changeover? Take your luck. Well, can you call them and make sure? Oh, yeah, all right, then I can do that, yeah. And it sort of hadn't dawned on the staff member. Again, we're not talking high IQ people here. So they call and then say, right, one's been set aside for you. So it's all right. So then there's another 40 minutes out of driving to get there. So we've now burned 10 to we've now burned about 5 hours just dealing with this issue. So the day's sort of getting close to being written off now. So then get to the other place, and they've got one, and the person who had taken the call from the other employee and had put it to one side actually wasn't there. So that was a bit of confusion that had to be sorted out. And so that was all kind of worked through. And then just as we worked through it, the guy turned up and go, oh, yeah, I know about that. But he hadn't told anyone else. So that was kind of, but this is the standard you're dealing with. One guy spoke barely passable English, and another one was low IQ, and someone else wasn't there. So we're not talking people who are high powered or who even give a shit for that matter. So then it's decided that just a technical changeover for a damaged item, they say, no, you can't actually do this. You have to redo the entire contract why? It's just a technical support thing. You're just changing over a damaged item. Same for same. There's no upgrade, downgrade, or change of anything. It's just straight changeover. Oh, no, our policy is that it's a change in contract. So we have to draw up a new contract, and you've got to sign it, and this, that, and the next thing. But the template for the contract is in a particular bit of software in the system that we don't have a password for. So, okay, well, what do we do then? Well, you'll have to wait till we find someone who knows the password, and the guy who does know it's off sick today or something. So you go through you go through all that, and you're looking at these people and think, you're fucking morons. But anyway, there's no use getting smart with them, because they'll just go, screw you, Jack, and so you don't get in. So you might as well just play along and try and humor it and tell jokes and get them sort of, hey, I'm okay with this. You can give piss poor customer service, treat the customer like shit, but I don't care. I'm good humored about this, and I'm going to crack lots of jokes. Everybody can laugh together, and that kind of softens things up, and they enjoy the power of this, and so okay, all right. And so you go through that. Finally, the password's found, and then they do now no contracts needed. I know that, and if it was, if I took them to court, I'd win sort of easily. But again, that's not what I want to do. I just want to change overnight. It's a very, very simple requirement here. But it shows just how something that simple can turn into such a drama and take so much of your time. So by the time that the whole thing was done and dusted, and walk back in the front door and that sort of thing, it's like 8 hours. That was how much time, and the driving around, and the patience. I mean, you need the patience of a saint to deal with these people, especially when you're dealing with nothing but those sort of people all day. But it was finally done. But I don't know if unless you just through sheer accident or happenstance you come across someone who is keen and eager, they know what they're doing and they get on with it, and that sort of stuff. But the reality is that no one that the interaction between the various groups and departments, the guy that says, yeah, go there because they've got one in stock on the chain, you get there isn't one, and that sort of thing, and then nobody knows, and then this guy doesn't know about that, and this guy doesn't understand how to do a changeover of a technical unit, and so on. So these are the sort of people you're dealing with, and what should have been dealt with in 5 minutes or something. As I say, took the whole day, a lot of driving around in 8 hours. But I think that's pretty much the shaving. Now you'll get occasionally come across, and I have come across some people that are really know their shit, and they do it, and it's great customer service. But really those guys are just so rare now, and particularly given they want to hire the lowest quality possible staff, and then just get and say, well, just do a checklist, just go off the checklist. If A, then go to B and C, and everything's like that. So they assume people don't need to know what they're doing because they've got this checklist, and that seems to be the shape of most things. Even medicine now, like a lot of the black brown doctors that are being gifted through. They don't really need to know anything about medicine. All they need to do is follow the checklist, and that's why we're getting low standards. I think everywhere in every profession that used to have the highest standards. You've been with Tastus today, your pushback channel, and thank you for listening.